Hello Year 1 and welcome to Wednesday's English and the third and final part of writing our invented story. So we've rewritten the storm whale with our new character that we changed. So remember yesterday we talked about how it's really important to read back through what you've written so far. So do you know what I've put on here? The part we wrote yesterday, the middle part, but I'm actually going to go and add the part that we wrote the day before as well, so that I can read the whole story so far, so that I'm ready to write my final part. So let me put it so you can see it. So the purple bit is the middle part and the pink bit is the beginning. So let me have a read through and see how I feel about my story so far. Claire lives by the sea with her dad. Claire's dad works long days on his fishing boat. The morning after the big storm, Claire went down to the beach. Claire spotted a whale washed up on the shore. Claire decided to help the whale. Claire put the whale in her bath. She was worried that what her dad would say. Claire's dad came home. He wasn't angry. Now, I'm really impressed with how well you've done with your part 1 and part 2, but that's not the end, is it? We need to get that story finished now. So I think your job is, now that I've read my first part of the story up to the middle, it's your job to do yours. So remember, I said yesterday you should have carried your writing on underneath, so it should look like a bit of a story now. So I want you to pause the video and have a read through your story as it is so far. Okay, so pause the video now to do that. Brilliant. Okay, so hopefully you've read through the first part of your story and you are ready to write this end part. Now I'm going to have a look at my final 3 pictures to help me. I've got that grammar focus in red to remind me, capital letters and full stops. It's really important. Okay, and I'm thinking now, what's happening in these pictures? Try and think back to when I retold the story. Maybe have a look at the sentences you wrote if you wrote them. Have a look at the video. What is happening next? And then I'd like you to tell whoever's with you what you might say about these 3 pictures, okay? So pause the video now to have a little chat about that. Brilliant, okay, so let's think about my first part. Now, do you remember yesterday I was about to write about when Claire's dad said we have to take the whale back to the sea, but I thought, well, I better check what's coming next just in case, and I'm glad I did, because then I would have stolen half of my part for today. So I'm starting off by thinking about what Claire's dad said to her when the whale was in the bath. So my last part, the last thing I wrote was he wasn't angry. What am I going to say now? I'm going to say Claire's dad said that they must take the whale back to sea. Okay, Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Finish that. I'm ready to move on to my next sentence. Oh, no, what have I forgotten? I've got my capital letters, so what have I forgotten? Finger spaces are all there. I've forgotten my full stop. Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Now I'm done. Okay, now I'm thinking about that little picture. What can I say? What are they doing in that picture? They're taking the whale back in their boat, aren't they? I'm going to say Claire and her dad. What did they do? They took the whale. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea. No, I can just leave it there. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea, but I want to extend that sentence. They're in what? What are they taking the whale back to sea in? In a boat. So I'm going to add to that sentence. I'm going to get rid of that full stop, but I'm going to write a little bit more. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea in their boat. That's better. I've got my full stop now. I'm happy with that. Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea in their boat. Now, how was Claire, or how is your character feeling when they had to say goodbye? Yeah, I think Claire, I don't know, I think she's feeling a little bit sad, isn't she? Noi was feeling a little bit sad, so I imagine Claire's feeling a little bit sad. So I'm going to say, you read through it, so think about what I want to write. Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea in their boat. I'm going to say she was very sad to say goodbye. I'm going to add again, I'm not going to put a full stop yet, to her I'm going to put my full stop. Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea in their boat. She was very sad to say goodbye to her friend. Okay, I'm happy with that, but I've still got one more picture left. What sentence am I going to write for my last picture? I'm going to say, Claire always looked out for her friend. I think that's a nice end to my story. Letter. Claire always looked out for her friend. Okay, I'm done. Done with my story. Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea in their boat. She was very sad to say goodbye to her friend. Claire always looked out for her friend. I've missed my full stop. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I remembered that right at the last minute. Okay, so I wonder. Claire's dad said they must take the whale back to sea. Claire and her dad took the whale back to sea in their boat. She was very sad to say goodbye to her friend. Claire always looked out for her friend. I am really happy with the end of my story. I've thought about my grammar focus. That's always in my head when I'm writing. Capital letters, full stops, I've got those. Also think about your handwriting. Think about your tall ascending letters, your descending letters. Think about your capital letters and full stops, really importantly. Okay, and think about your cursive writing. So great job. I hope you enjoy writing the last part of your story, and tomorrow we can come back and read through our story now that it is going to be finished. Okay, so happy writing, year one, and I will see you later on. Bye, everybody.